Welcome. Okay, it's working. Excellent. Well, good afternoon. A lot of good energy. Very excited to be here. I wanted to open with one of my favorite quotes. If this clicker, see here. Beautiful. There's no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than capable of living, or you're living. Now, I have the pleasure to work with a lot of people in coaching, and thank you, Danny, all around the world. I really commend them. I honor them for coming to coaching because they want to play big in life. So many people that don't want to push forward, they kind of like tiptoe, nice and quiet. They don't want to be seen because they live in fears. This quote's from Nelson Mandela. But there is no passion to be found playing small. We want to play big in life. That's why we're here. We have such incredible potential. The second part of this quote, settling for a life that is less than what you're capable. We have enormous potential. Enormous. And just talking to Danny, I think you just kind of discovered or you're learning in the last couple of weeks is what is your potential? I've been in sales all my life. What you do right now, you're in a personal development course disguised as a sales job. That's all it is. How bad do you want to grow? Sales, you'll learn real quick when you get out there and start working with people. So I want to share a few things with you. But first, how big do you want to be in life? Because the life's before you. Playing big, don't be the person that just kind of tiptoes and shh, don't see me. Shh. Don't play small. No passion in that. So play big. You have so much capabilities. So my outcome is to let you know that you can do anything that you want. Anything. But there is a key thing you need to do. You need to ask. You need to ask. One of my big mentors has made a huge influence on me. It's the reason why I'm here today. A little bit of background. When I came out of Michigan State, actually I lived here in Chicago, from Michigan. And I got into the financial service industry. And because I couldn't get a job from anybody else. But I was an entrepreneur. I didn't want to be put in this box saying, this is what your value is. This is who you are. I wanted to have an opportunity to just go for it. So I became a stockbroker. And I just kind of had my behind handed to me. So I was a little down. Here I am in Chicago. I want to go out and have a good time. I have no money. So I found myself at a Borders bookstore in the self-help section. I didn't even know a self-help section even existed. That's where I picked up a Tony Robbins audio tape and got hooked from there. And realizing that, once again, life is nothing but a personal development course disguised as a business. But you have to ask for what you want. So Tony was one of my huge mentors. And I remember a story he shared. I want to share it with you. Now, Tony, if you don't know him, he's a big motivational speaker, very successful businessman, big in personal development, and he has his own seminars. So this is years ago. He was in New York City, and he just, rock and rolled all day, gave a seminar. He was going for a walk in the evening out of Central Park. So he's going for a walk, and he realized as he was walking, there was a homeless gentleman sitting on a bench. Didn't think nothing of it, and he kept walking. Sure enough, the homeless man saw him. So he approached him. And he said, "Excuse me, Sonny, do you have any spare change?" Now Tony was thinking, and maybe you've been in this position before, he thought, do I give the guy some money and reward this behavior? Or I just tell him, say, forget it. So I thought, you know what, why judge? So he's going to give him some money. Now a little background on Tony Robbins. Tony is one of his mentors, a gentleman named Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is a successful businessman, motivational speaker. And Jim told Tony one day, he said, you know what, this is years going back. And Tony was like 19 years old. He said, Tony, what you need to do is, next time you get paid, take $100 and get them in singles. And I want you to carry that money, that wad of money with you in your pocket. Because they'll be a reminder to you that you're abundant and that you can do anything you want. You've got money, you're wealthy. Just that feeling of success. So you don't feel like you have no money. Because you have no money, you feel like you're scarce, you feel like you're fearful, you're poor. So Tony said, great. Now go back to that story. He pulls out his wallet, and he wanted to teach this guy a lesson. So he let him see the money he had. He goes, how much money do you want? He goes, this $2. He said, all right. So he pulls out $2 and hands it to him. He said, you know what? You're going to get exactly what you asked for. And the homeless guy looked at him kind of frazzled, said, you're weird, and he left. The point of that story is this. Tony thought, what makes me different than this gentleman here, this homeless guy? Am I better than him? So that's ridiculous. That's not true. But he thought about it is when he says, like, I ask for more out of life. You have to ask. If you ask for $2, you're going to get $2. I saw here, I've been here for a couple hours seeing the awards and just hearing some of these numbers of production that you've done in the last 2 or 3 weeks. People are asking for different things. It's no shock that they're getting it and that they're achieving it. So it's kind of like a campaign. Where'd it go here? Oops. Just ask. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Stand up for a second. Would you please? Everyone stand up. And I know you can make some noise because you've already done it. But think of that story, okay? Are you just asking for $2? And think of the rest of the summer. What are you going to ask for? So it's all about conditioning, building some new muscle here. So, what are you going to think about what you're going to ask for? All I want you to do is just kind of condition this in. When I do this, you're going to say, just ask, all right? So let me hear you because I heard you already. Ready? Just ask. Just ask. One more time. Just ask. All right. So hopefully you're thinking about, excellent, you can have a seat. Hopefully you're thinking about that $10,000 you're going to do over the next 2 weeks, or 20 or 15 or whatever it is for you. But you have to ask. Now today, how do you ask? I'm going to talk about goal setting for the most part. Setting goals is a way you're asking. Who wants to be part of the 3% Club? Oh, okay. Good. You gotta like, what's the 3% Club, right? Okay. Back in 1953, they did a study on the graduates of Yale. And they had a question for them. Do you have written goals? The key is written goals. What they found is 3% of them had written goals. The other 97%, they may have jobs, but they said, no, I have no written goals. 20 years goes by and they survey them or interview them again. But what they find is that 3%, visualize that, 3 of me, 1, 2, 3, just 3, and then the other 97% lined up way over there. But the 3% accumulated more wealth than the 97% combined, accumulated. The power of written goals. My add-on would be this. Those people that had written goals, I know they had a more fulfilling life. Nelson Mandela, there's no passion to be found playing small. They were not playing small. They were playing big. Really, really big in life. They dared themselves. And can you believe it? Just by having written goals, a success principle. So write your goals down. Just ask. Are you asking for $2? Or are you asking for something bigger? Don't settle for a life that is less than what you're capable of living. Cool study. All right, I want to share about his birthday party. This study here, you can see, is on the phone. He just got his first apartment. Okay, and he's really excited, really excited. So he wanted to invite his mom over. His mom had a birthday coming up. So he calls her up, that's what he's doing now, calling her up, said, Mom, can you come over to my place? I'm going to take care of you. It's your birthday. And it's my place. Now, she was actually a little apprehensive. She's kind of a very traditional woman. And the reason why is she didn't really want to go because he had a roommate, and it was a girl.